Good morning, everyone. I am Vishnu Jagtap in front of all of you. I'm presenting the business line newspaper headline. So, first of all, GST mop up at record rupees 1.87 lakh crore. Next, at 4.56 lakh, domestic air traffic reaches all-time high. Next, government seek to recover rupees 249 crore from Okinawa Hero Electric for violation of FAME guidelines. Next, workers' wages fell 3.19%, but CEO got 9% hike, Oxfam. Next, uh, April transaction dip in volume value terms. On page number 2 in news section under that most makers report double-digit growth in April. Next, how poll bond Karnataka has fared in social sector metrics. Next, Jin Tobol named MD of Pernod Richard India. Next, sunlight power to set up rupees 100 crore battery unit. Next, coal output rises 8.67% to record 73.02 MT in April. Next, Toyota Kirloskar on a path to localize EV transmission system. Next, Bharti Enterprises Brookfield closes to rupees 5,000 crore property deal. Next, KKR to invest rupees 250 million more in Serentica Renewables. Next, Tesco's India unit plans foray into B2B segment. Next, trying to tap more into markets of Middle East, Africa for exports. On page number 3 in news section of that, at 57.2 manufacturing PMI rises to 4-month high in April. Next, MCA to roll out competition law changes in staggered manner. Next, power consumption dips to 130.57 billion units in April. Next, NPCIL Inc. Pact for nuclear power plants. Next, exports to the UAE may rise to $50 billion in 2026-27. Next, FAME scheme has had positive impact on auto industry. Next, India buying Russian crude, laundering refined products into Europe. CREA report. Next, Reliance BP seek $11 per MMBTU for more gas from KG T6 block. On page number 4 in things section of that, breach of faith. Next, India's trade ties with China adverse as ever. Next, should retiring corporate chief be on the board? On page number 5 in things section of that, over rivers have rights. Next, signpost of regressive taxation. Next, fix it for sports sake. Next, on page 20 years ago today in that, VAT no consensus yet on exemption scheme issue. Next, IFC may rise India investment to $1 billion. Next, an eventful interconnected day one. On page number 6 in news section of that, FPI rises stakes in Yes Bank, IDFC First, Axis Bank in FY23. Next, derivatives trading margin shortfall to attract 18 to 30% penalty from today. Next, Jay Prakash Associates default on rupees 4,161 crore loan. Next, Blue Star to consider bonus share issue on May 4. Next, SEBI cancels registration of CNB commodities in NSEL case. Next, NTPC to install 20 GW renewable energy capacity in AP. Next, Subway shuts more US sandwich shops in 2022. Next, Century Real Estate to close rupees 200 crore AIF in June. Next, personal care brand Joy expects 20 to 25% growth in sales. On page number 7 in news section of that, ARC seek parity with banks on settlement of small value loans. Next, April UPI transaction dip in volume value terms. Next, World Bank reworks business climate rankings. Next, government to extend smart cities mission deadline. Next, HDFC Bank unveils digital distribution platform. Next, TMB to grow CASA deposit to 35% in 3 years. Next, NDTV profit plunges 98%. Next, fraudster use AI chatbot to create dozens of news content farms. Next, India one payments to double ATM network to 25,000. Next, Finmin wants PSB to enhance recovery rate from return of accounts to 14%. On page number 9, H in commodity and agri section of that will take controversies in our stride Amol MD. Next, natural gas future signal bullish reversal. Next, crude oil dips on US rate hike prospects. Next, wheat prices fall as US crop outlook improves. Next, Jammu and Kashmir farmers upbeat over nude for she take farming. Next, fertilizer subsidy jump 66% on increase in DAP imports. Next, cashew exports for FY23 drop by a fifth on lower demand, higher rates. Next, three states achieve 77% of wheat procurement targets. Next, FSII sees acreage under illegal HTBT crop at about 15% of total cotton area. Next, the many flows in Telangana's crop loss compensation system. Next, pulses course cereals area up in summer cropping season. On page number 9 in news section of that, pension funds can now use securities as margin with CCIL. Next, DCI gets rupees 172 crore de-raging order from Paradip port. Next, 14 apps alleged used by terror groups banned. Next, uh, aims to allow contractors from PSU to bid. Next, APM gas price fixed at $8.27 Bureau for May. Next, Defense Ministry gets cracking on dissolution of cantonment boards. Next, it's business a casual. Next, parties woke Karnataka voters with attractive promises. Next, government has advanced stage of consultation on re-examining colonial era sedition law. Next, recessionary threats impact global container shipping. Next, warehousing sector sees record leasing by third-party logistic players in quarter 4 FY23. On page number 10, in that IAMAI, a mouthpiece of big tech alleges India startups. Next, JP Morgan to acquire First Republic asset. Next, India job market expected to see 22% chunk in 5 years WEF. Next, workers' wages fell 3.19, but the top paid CEO enjoyed 9% hike in 2022 Oxfam. Next, Jagma turns in a Japan college professor. Next, Russian missile attack on Ukraine injuries 34. Next, on May Day, Idli cuts anti-poverty subsidies. Next, Indian job market expects to see 22% crunch in 5 years. Sorry for repeating. Next, global air connectivity has recovered but still below pre-COVID levels. IATA. Next, US may delay EV biofuel program. That much for today. Thanks for watching. Make a good day.